What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash yet again today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, okay? It is the first day of July, and here we are at about $522, you guys. 30 days, 21 hours left in this month. It's a brand new month of July, and we're starting it off on the right pace here. I mean, man, things are pretty crazy right now, right? If we're looking at this from a high point here, connecting the dots all the way down, looking at this, I mean, lifelong, right? The inception of Bitcoin Cash was back in 2017, late 2017, mid 2017 here. I guess the inception, the true inception, was all the way back in what, 2009, 2008, whenever Bitcoin was originally created. But the hard fork happened back here, right? When Bitcoin Cash separated itself from the Bitcoin core, I guess is what we would call it. We've been in this lifelong consolidation phase. And we've had one moment, 1 week, where we actually broke above it momentarily. We're at another moment now where we're breaking above it momentarily, at least at the moment, right? And I think that this will be the moment that we've been waiting for. This is actually the real deal breakout happening right before our eyes, you guys. When we break out, understand just from a very technical perspective, where's the next area to go to? I doubt that we've spent our whole entire lives consolidating here, that when we break out, we're going to stop here. I doubt that this is the move we get, right? That's probably, even double that, it's probably not what we're going to get, right? I mean, maybe there's some sense to be made that, okay, we're stopping at this area, but what, we spent multiple cycles consolidating for a move like that? I don't think so. We've had moves like that within this range. No. That doesn't make any sense at all. What makes sense to me, maybe I'm reaching, maybe I'm a moon boy, but I think I'm thinking logically here. What makes sense to me is that we would see a move that is bigger than anything we've seen so far this cycle. Probably one of the biggest moves, if not the biggest move that's ever happened in Bitcoin Cash's entire life. Because this is a once-in-a-lifetime event here, breaking out of a lifelong consolidation phase, okay? We're never going to have another lifelong consolidation phase unless it's to the upside. We're probably going to see a move that's, for lack of a better word, absolutely explosive. It's eruptive in nature. It's going to eclipse and obliterate any of the prior performance that we've seen this cycle. And it's going to leave a lot of doubters behind. A lot of people who are not riding the green dragon behind. And right now, guys, if you look at the price, we're above the line. We're there. Looking at it on a daily time frame, zooming way the hell in. Look at what we're doing. Look at that shenanigans right there. Look at that shenanigans. The most time we've ever spent above this line, and it was a big deal back here. It really was. It just didn't amount to anything. The whole market blew up. We had a little mini alt cycle, a little alt season rally. It was nice. It just didn't persist. And we were up here for 1, 2, 3 days. We closed up here in a row. So that's the goal. Let's close above this line for 4 days in a row. 4 days or more days. Show that we're more strong than last time. And we are. We definitely are. We're in a much better posturing now. Did we close up above this line technically yesterday? Let's see. We technically barely did. Okay, so we're being technical, and this is technical analysis. Let's even look at the 4-hour time frame. It might be more obvious, right? 4-hour time frame closed here, actually. So here it says no. Daily time frame it says yes. I don't know what to go with. We're gonna go with the no on the 4-hour. Okay, well, we're gonna go with the no because I feel like if it's smaller time frame, it's more specific. Let's look at the 1-hour time frame. Maybe. Nope. Looks like we did not. No, we did not get above that line. So. And it changes a little bit here and there. Maybe I need to draw it on a daily time frame because I have it on a weekly time frame. I'm really wanting to be specific with this here. Hold on, guys. Okay, let's see. We're gonna get all the way back here. Okay, right? No, not May of 2020. Okay, hold on, wait. Let's put that line back on there. There we go. May of 2021. See, because it's a weekly time frame, we put it back here. We're gonna put it on the daily time frame right there. Because on the weekly time frame it starts on Monday, so move this back. It had the same price, but it moved it back on Monday. That's where these lines can be a little bit problematic, right? If you're thinking about it that way, right? Daily time frame, just to be super specific. Okay, high there, connecting on the days. What about this here? Did we close above it? Nope, we closed below it. Okay, so there we go. So we did close below it. Today, there shall be no doubt that today we would get our first day to close. So we want today, tomorrow, the next day. We want more than 3 days to close above it. If anybody heard that, by the way, that's just my chair, right? Let's see, wait. I can't make that same noise. Okay, but I swear, man. I do not do that. I do not make noises from below on video. Okay, that doesn't happen. If I do, I mute the mic and you can't hear anything if I wanted to do that. But no, whenever I mute the mic, most of the time it's actually just to clear my voice. But we're going way off topic, guys. We're getting weird here. I'm just trying to say it was the chair, damn it, and it's not a ploy. I know some people use that as a ploy, but anyways, let's move on from this. Daily MACD looking very fierce, looking very, very bullish, my friends. Stochastics are fierce as hell, and the RSI is unbeatable. This is an ideal daily RSI right here. In the dictionary, you look up bullish RSI. It looks just like this. It looks like this whole sequence here. Okay, specifically this right here. Okay, that is a very bullish RSI. When we break out higher, we see a higher high in this trend. We're going to the 90s. We're going to see some crazy growth, and of course we will. Why would we see something that promotes that strong of a move? Because we're breaking out of a multi-cycle downtrend. It's not a downtrend, just the ascending trend line is going down. I hate saying downtrend because people, the haters of Bitcoin Cash, maybe I'd have less of a problem with it if it wasn't for all the haters saying it's been in a downtrend its whole life, because that's actually not true, right? Let's be fair. It's no more in a downtrend, right? If it's just in a downtrend, then you're looking at the highs only. Really, if we're looking at it one-sided, then there's an argument to be made that that's in an uptrend because you have higher lows. But it's not in an uptrend any more than it's not in a downtrend, right? It's not either. It's in a consolidation phase. And we're breaking out of it right now. I've said this so many times, I don't need to say it again. Let's look at the short-term stuff. Let's stop beating around the bush and let's just get on with our bad selves, okay? Looking at this here on the 1 hour time frame, a little bit of bearish divergence. Here we are at 520. Yeah, you probably move up a little bit and then move down a little bit. It's not a big deal, right? But a little bit up, then a little bit down. You got bearish divergence on the MACD, no bearish divergence on the stochastics, but 2 out of 3 ain't bad. So you probably do move down a little bit. I wouldn't expect you to move any lower. I don't think you go below $500. You guys, crazy thought. We might not see Bitcoin Cash below $500 ever again. It genuinely might. Holy crap! June might have been the last month that we ever see Bitcoin Cash below $500 ever again. Wouldn't that be awesome? I'll tell you, if we're breaking out, guys, if we go up to 600 from here, it's solidified, right? Anyways, 4 hour time frame. What an interesting thought. Like genuinely, right? Like that's a big deal. Thinking about BTC, Bitcoin, never going below $100,000 again, never going below $10,000, never going below $1,000, right? Those are big milestones. Bitcoin Cash, very well today, might have solidified that it never will again. Let me just see, even yesterday, right? Was it yesterday? No, not yesterday, because yesterday it was a little bit below. Yeah, today, the very 1st of July, would be the last day, or I guess the very first day of Bitcoin Cash being at $500 and above, and never again going below there. Crazy concept. Overbought zone here on the stochastics looking good. MACD's looking good, productive. On the RSI looks good too. So the 1 hour has a little bit of bearish divergence, but you probably move up a little bit more, and then you probably move down and continue to move up. It's not going to be significant, right? The 1 hour looking momentarily bearish, but the 4 hour looking ready to erupt. 4 hour wins this battle, right? Daily time frame here, also super bullish. We went over that, already. So let's look at the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame getting overbought right now. I would assume that we break out of this downtrend in the RSI, right? These lower highs here. We'll probably see a move that's higher than this, something stronger than what we had there in January, and something that again takes us to the 90s in the RSI as far as that goes. That'd be the strongest. We're probably going to promote the strongest reading we've ever seen in the RSI with this next move. It's been a long time coming, my friends. It's been an absolutely long time coming. Let's look at the MACD real quick, because this looks pretty good. Yeah. Crossing above the zero here. Beautiful. Building bullish momentum. Very, very good. Finding support around the zero. We love to see it. Yeah, I think everything looks, and the stochastics are great, right? The stochastics actually quite literally are providing the strongest readings we've ever seen in Bitcoin Cash's history right now. And the stochastics can be a leading indicator oftentimes, actually. So it's technically a lagging indicator, but just I feel like whenever you do get to these strong readings, the strong moves come afterwards. It's not beforehand. Where with the RSI, it's kind of a lagging indicator. It can be leading too, though. It depends on, you know what I mean? Like, look at this. This is what I mean. So, like, here you get a strong read in the RSI. That's the strongest, at the time, the strongest read you've ever seen in your life. And you continue to move up higher. Were these the strongest moves you ever saw? No, but the strongest read implicated stronger moves to come, right? And it's the same thing here with the stochastics. That's all I'm trying to say. I got nothing else, guys. Looking forward to the days ahead. I'm going to miss $500 and the prices below there. Like most of us, I'm sure I did not accumulate enough Bitcoin Cash at those levels. There will be a time where we regret that, absolutely, right? Where when Bitcoin Cash is worth $100,000, you're going to be like, damn it, I knew it would do this one day, and I still didn't accumulate enough. But as long as you're holding some, as long as you bought, as long as you never sell your Bitcoin Cash, right, you're doing all right. And that's all we can ask for, right? I've got my there's a goal for a lot of people right now to have 21 Bitcoin, right? Join the 21 Bitcoin club. I've got my 21 Bitcoin Cash. Hopefully more than that for a lot of us, right? We've got more than 21 Bitcoin Cashes. It's going to be just as valuable someday as $107,000. It'll be more valuable than that someday, and it might be sooner than we all think, right? We're going to reminisce the days that we were below in this consolidation phase. This was home. It feels like a prison, but guys, this was home. This was a soft level 0 area for Bitcoin Cash to develop in, get trashed on, get hated on, and people who just don't want to look at what's going on with the ecosystem at all or be aware at all of the technical advances that are happening with this blockchain. It's an area for us to. It's like it was like the sandbox, right? It's like an area where we've been building, and the results are about to show, and this is home. It's felt like prison, but man, this was home. This was an area, a very safe area to accumulate for so long. It didn't. There's a time right now where it feels like buying at $2,000, $1,900, $1,700. That was a that was a bad price. But eventually, that's going to be like, dude, why didn't I buy more at that price? You know what I mean? This is home. We're about to leave home for the first time in our lives, and we're ready. We're ready, man. This little birdie's about to fly, and it's going to fly really high. I'm getting all sentimental here. I'm going to end the video, okay? Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.